Joe
How
with
you
no
going?
E in the end. I'm fine.
I haven't seen you for ages. I haven't seen you since what, 2019?
Yeah, 2 years. If you call 2 years as in ages.
Yeah, and we both left work about what, the beginning of 2020, didn't we? Was it 20
Yeah, you
before?
started the revolution, though I was
Yeah.
already plotting.
Yeah. Wow. So anyway, I'm wanting to interview you because I noticed that you have a YouTube channel out and you're starting your returning your singing career once again, now that you're settled in Australia, in Melbourne. Just let us know your background and give me your backstory, how you came to Australia and when did you arrive in Melbourne?
I arrived in Melbourne in 2015 June.
Mm-hmm.
And I can tell you that in 2013, I had no idea that I'll be in Australia in next 2 years.
Yep.
Yeah, it was just a coincidence. I think now I can say that it was a good coincidence, but it just happened. I just over the call with a friend, and I don't even remember what exactly got into my mind. But within 2 months, I applied, and then it took say around 18 months to get the visa and all that.
Yep.
And then I was here in next 2 years. That is in 2015.
Yep. And what made you choose Melbourne?
Oh, because Melbourne was giving the state sponsorship or something, and other
Okay.
cities were taking time.
Yeah. Fair enough.
Yeah, if
I thought you were going to
yeah,
say
if I
something
knew,
special, like you love Melbourne culture and Melbourne people and the weather. And no,
yeah. So
no,
I love everything
jobs.
else about Melbourne. Yeah,
Yeah,
I love everything else about Melbourne
yeah,
except the weather.
yeah. Fair
Um,
enough.
yeah, but
So,
you can say it's a love. Yeah, you can say it's a love and hate relationship with Melbourne weather. Yeah, messes with my mind sometimes.
yeah.
But I think yeah, I can live with it now.
So whereabouts in India did you come from? Where was your main town?
Yeah, see, that's the problem with India because you grow up, you take birth in a state, then your father works somewhere else, then you study somewhere else. I was born in the state named Bihar,
Mm-hmm.
and the Bihar, it's actually quite amazing to know because it has amazing history. Bihar, the name Bihar came from Vihar, which was like Buddha Vihar. So when Gautam Buddha, when he started teaching, he called his school as Vihar, which later on became Bihar. So, so when you see Buddhism in Sri Lanka or in Thailand or in China, it's all because of that state, Bihar, because one of the kings, I don't remember how many years back, he went in a war and he killed a lot of people and suddenly he had a change of heart and then he sent his daughter Sangamitta to Sri Lanka and one of the sons to Thailand and one of his disciple went to China. His name is Bodhidharma. So he's called Dao in China, but
Okay.
he's from South India. So you can see I come from a place which has an amazing history. I mean, today it's not considered that state is in a mess kind, but
Okay.
I think if you see, yeah, but if you see where Jesus was born in Palestine, nobody could have imagined
No.
2000 years from now that that place would be in such a mess.
Yeah, that's
It's
true.
not, yeah. So my place is not that mess as Palestine is, but it could have done better. Yeah.
Yeah. So you moved around India as you're becoming, when you went to study and stuff, or did you stay pretty much in that town?
Yeah, no. So I was born in a place called Munger, and then my father worked in a place called Bokaro Steel City. It was a
Hmm.
steel plant.
Yeah.
And then after the age of 18, I moved to Delhi
Okay.
and I stayed there almost for 15 years.
Yeah.
And then from Delhi to Melbourne.
Wow. What a change. You've been back recently, probably what, 2 weeks ago or a week ago?
Yeah, a week ago.
So yeah, tell us about your music, your inspiration to do music. How did that all start?
Yeah. See, I used to perform in bands from the age of 19. Okay.
Hmm.
And then I was called to Mumbai in 1997
Hmm.
for audition of a program which was like today you can compare it something like America's Got Talent. For
Hmm.
singing, it was a singing reality program.
Yeah.
So I went with great expectation there to Mumbai, And but when I saw the musicians, only few were successful, but rest of them, they had no other skills. So their life was not, something which you would expect. So that kind of gave me a shock that if you're from a working class
Yep.
and you don't have any other skill, and if this doesn't work out, then you are in a lot of trouble.
Yep.
And yeah, and then when you are singing, it's not because you want to sing or you are enjoying it, because your rent or your food is coming from there, and that's not the situation which I wanted to be in.
No.
So yeah, so I suddenly I got a shock, and then anyways I concentrated on my career, and that also I was very dilly dally. I won't study for 1 2 years, go to my friend's place in Himalayas, stay there for 2 3 months. In fact, I started working from the age of 30. Before
Wow.
that, it was all father's hotel. Yeah. I, I uh, actually I'm lucky to be born in the family which I was born, because considering the Indian diaspora, the way they live their life, would have been very difficult to be born in any other family.
Yep.
So coming back to my singing thing,
Mm-hmm.
so I do used to perform in bands in between, because singing is just like, because for me singing was not something an acquired talent. It's a kind of God gift. I
Mm-hmm.
I have no I have no it's not it's not my talent or my hard work that I can sing. It's just a gift that you get, you can sing.
Yep.
You have the sense of music, you have the sense. So in between I used to try to do something, but then it it never fell in place. But when Corona happened and 2 years I was at, everything was shut down,
Mm-hmm.
then suddenly you can say, it was a kind of eureka moment, because I practiced certain things from YouTube, and suddenly I saw an improvement in my voice, which I always imagined.
Wow.
And yeah, which I always imagined. And then I did an online course and I saw some really good improvement. And then I thought I will do my YouTube channel.
Yep.
So I discussed it with few of my friends. They were happy, but they didn't take it seriously.
Yeah.
But by that time, I could already smell that what I want to do,
Yes.
because I'm going to be 50 in next 2 years. So
Yep.
whatever prime time I have in my life,
Yes.
I am going to explore this.
Yes. Wow. I think a lot of people's gifts have sort of woken up in the last 2 years that they never knew. Like it's almost like people have been dormant for many years. They probably had an inkling when they were young, and then over the next few decades they were dormant. And then in the last two
Hmm.
years, they've just all woken up and realized, wow, I didn't realize I have this gift and I wanted to share it with the world. So yeah, you're one of those people who realize that singing is something that feeds your soul and for everyone. So that's great.
Yes, yes. And two examples I'll want to give you is Enrique's father, Julio Iglesias. He
Yes,
he
yes.
is considered, yeah.
Part
And I
Filipino.
didn't know. Yeah. Oh,
His mum's
okay.
Filipino. Yep.
Yeah, I know. I know. They're
Yeah.
separated now. I think first wife was
Yeah,
Filipino.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, 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 yeah.
Yeah. So I didn't know that he was, if I remember correctly, he was goalkeeper for Real Madrid, and then he had an accident. And then to pass his time while he was recovering, he thought he'll play the guitar and sing. Gave me a sudden realization that now voice is something which can be preserved. And then Kenny Rogers, I came to know that one of his biggest hits was when he was the age of 61. Then I came to know is that voice is something which even in older age you can preserve it for a long time.
Yep.
It's a, and it's about techniques and all that.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yep.
that, yeah, so that was a triggering point. And after that, you can say I'm on steroids. Yeah.
Well, as long as you look after your voice, like if you're not smoking, 10 packs a day and wrecking your
I
vocal cords,
do
you
actually
get away.
4 5 a day. I've cut
You,
it down. I used to smoke almost, yeah. I used to smoke 1.5 packs, and
I didn't
I
remember
used to
you
smoke one and
smoking
a
at
half.
work. You must have did smoke at work. I didn't realize. Did you smoke at work? You must have.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. My daughter did singing lessons, and it makes a huge difference. I mean, you start off with a good voice, but with training, you end up, especially with breathing techniques, it makes a huge difference.
Exactly. Because singing is nothing but art of exhaling.
Yes. Yep.
So how much to breathe in, and just like a balloon, you have to use your vocal cord, how much to release. It was a technique which took me 47 years to understand.
She's still training to do it, but she was lucky during that period when she was younger that she had a really good teacher as well that brought it out. But it also at the same time, it's what your scale range is, isn't it? Like, a lot of people can sing. It's just they have to choose the song that would be suitable for their vocal range. Like my grandmother was an actual mezzo soprano, so she's not going to sing the high note.
So I'm a tenor.
You're a tenor.
I'm a tenor.
Okay, yeah. And my kids have also got a lower voice than a normal female vocal. So you just have to, you can't always do the Disney songs that are always high up there. You got to choose certain vocal range. So tell us about your trip in India. So what did you get up to when you were there? So how long were you there for recently?
I was there for 18 days.
Okay, yep.
And I had 5 days to shoot 25 videos.
Wow.
So it was very busy. In fact, one night we couldn't sleep, and there was no time, so we had to book the studio from 3 in the morning to 1:30 in the afternoon, and I had to shoot 10 videos.
10
in
videos.
That.
Yeah.
I was just gulping down coffee. I don't drink coffee because as per Ayurveda, I am a pitta person, means who's like on fire, who is not grounded.
Yes.
So coffee is just the thing which I shouldn't be having, but that day I needed to have it. And and in fact, you'll be surprised to know that I didn't know that you need a makeup, you need for videos and all that. You need to do some touch up on the face. So so I had someone to do the touch up on the face, and after that I have gone into a different zone. Every time I'm sitting, sometimes I'm watching movie with my wife, and I'm saying, you know what, see, he has done the makeup. Can you see? It's makeup. Now,
because when my daughters perform, a lot of the teachers or dance teachers says they have to put makeup on, and I'm never a believer of makeup for kids, but it's also because they look very pale under the spotlight. If they look dead if they don't have some sort of foundation on their face, and that's why and they even glow if they don't have the makeup on. So I could see why people have just to touch up. It's because of the lighting and the camera work that makes to make everyone. I mean, it doesn't mean you have to be like Instagram selfie level, but just to just smooth the face across is all you need.
And you won't believe the camera team, the video team made me act also. So they made me act. Now I can act with different kind of expression. We all can. But the thing is that in front of a camera, it's a totally different ball game. Now what happened, they were telling me, smile. Now one song you have to shoot for 5 times. If you're doing 5 songs in a day, it's 25 times, and you can't smile all the time.
No.
So I told one of my friend, Chandan, you do one thing, you just tell some dirty jokes in the back. You are not in the camera. I'll listen, and I'll just, that'll bring the smile on the face. So whatever smiling is there in my video is because he's telling some jokes in the backyard.
I love it.
I had to find a way.
Yeah.
I had to find a way because everyone is looking seriously, looking at my face.
Yeah.
So
it's really intense. I mean, even
it's very intense.
Imagine doing a movie shoot where they get up at sunrise, do the same shooting all day, and you just have to memorize your lines, and you're going to be on the ball, and you got to focus that way and have a certain I can't do it. It's too tiring. It's too much. I mean,
when you're getting paid from there, you will do it.
Yeah, true. Yeah, I don't know. I need a lot of stimulation. That's probably, I don't know. Obviously, a lot of them take more than just coffee. So that's what. to get them
Yeah, I
going.
know.
But yeah, no, that's a full day. So is it just well, I will see anyway in the next few months anyway. So you're going to be launching a video how often in your channel?
Every 15 days.
Yeah.
It's the name of the channel is I've got this opportunity to market myself, so I'll
Yes,
take
of course.
this.
I'll be writing the description down anyway. So people will be
Yeah,
clicking onto that. Yes. That's
it's
awesome.
Amitesh Official.
Yes. So you
So
dropped,
that's the name of my channel.
yep. Okay. So you're focusing on pretty much cover music from India?
Good question. So three songs are English songs.
Mm-hmm.
So actually, it was quite a surprise because I was just practicing the song, and I thought that in long term, if I'm in Melbourne, I can't be singing only to one kind of audience.
Mm-hmm.
So, and I never sang an English song before while
Well,
practicing. So it was Elvis' song, "It's Now or Never,"
yeah.
and my wife was yeah, and my wife was listening. She called her cousin sister, and she said she can't believe it because I could never enjoy the Indian classical thing. For me, it was always a different kind of song. So it just suited me so nicely. In this season, I have got Enrique's two-song Hero.
Well,
One
yeah.
is in fast tempo, yeah, fast tempo, and another one is cover with. I have tried a little bit different. It's mixture of
Yeah.
flute and what do you call it? Flute and how you play this?
Violin.
How can I violin? Yeah.
Yeah, violin. Yeah.
So it's yeah. So yeah, that's a surprise. I haven't recorded that. I have done the video
Yes.
because for that I need some more practice, which I didn't get.
Mm-hmm. Yes. Oh, wow.
Yeah,
So do you play a musical instrument or is it just singing that you specialize in?
little bit of guitar. Yeah, so you can say I'm purely vocalist, but I am planning to learn little bit of guitar with chords, not the leads, so
Yeah.
that I can play. Normally, if I have to sing, I have a whole PAs, portable PA system where I connected with mixer and sing, but I need to learn guitar. And to answer your question regarding the cover songs, only
Yes.
this season is cover songs.
Mm-hmm.
Next season will be my own songs. Maybe that will be new compositions. I won't be composing it because composing is not my skill. I
Yes.
know a little bit of songwriting. So I have a person who'll be composing it for me. And songwriting, I'll give it a try in the beginning because I have a way with words. Because I don't know if you saw my goodbye mate. Yeah, and I could
No, I did.
write
I
that
was
within an
gone.
hour.
Okay. I
Yeah,
was
you were
gone by
gone.
that stage. You have to forward it to me. But no, I
If
reckon
you
to
want,
be,
you can.
sorry,
Yeah, if you want, you can read it out now.
I would have had a few
Yeah.
words, but it would have been more rap, explicit.
Okay. Should I read it?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. Yeah, you can edit it later on if it doesn't.
Yeah.
And I wrote it just. I came in the morning and I wrote it.
Yes.
So I remember one of the colleague she read it and she was feeling heavy. I don't know why, but anyways, when somebody, so yeah, it goes like this. Penguin, that's what my alter ego is, and it's time to leave the beautiful and serene shore of XXX company and go back to the chaos of ocean. My experience of working with you all was nothing short of serendipity. I will feel little heavy though while exiting the main door. One of my dreams came true. As a staunch leftist in political ideology, I wanted college education for free, but I never knew I will get paid for attending it, which I mean attending the office because I had so much of fun. I made some lifelong friends, which will be hard to forget, like incompletion log, shipping point, which is actually a pain, not the friend. But one of my favorite is one of the software which never used to work in the afternoon. So I wrote that she was forgetful and lazy sometimes,
Yes.
but she has a future. Please don't be rude to her.
Right.
And yeah, Last two lines, I'm leaving my gun, badge, and medal of honor because we used to play by gun. I
Yeah.
think we need to improve the targets, but make sure no innocent civilians are hurt.
Yes.
For the record, don't know anything about penguin. Just consider this part as a metaphor.
Wow. Okay. So, okay, I'll later this out. But who was the one that felt heavy?
Me, but I wanted everyone else to be feeling heavy.
Yeah,
I took it upon me.
yeah, yeah. No, I thought you said there was someone that was feeling heavy who read it. That's what I thought.
Yeah, yeah. I think it was. I know.
Yeah, whatever. She'll cry it.
Yeah,
She'll just cry.
yeah. She'll cry it.
I don't know. Anyway.
Through my spiritual mentors, I have come to know that when you are singing, actually it's not you. There are some evolved consciousness around us. I don't want to spook people by
Go for
or
it.
you by or you by saying that they're ghosts or something, but there are a lot of things. We all have our garden angel. So when it comes to singing, there is a little bit of evolved consciousness, not in the form of body because we are in body,
Yes.
so we can talk, but they actually guide a lot of people. Now when it comes to singers, they make other people feel good,
Mm-hmm.
but 99% of them, they lead a very miserable life.
Yes.
Yes. And I can say about myself because when a normal person sees something in a different way, so for example, if there is a bird who just died, he was moving around. For normal people, okay, died, feel a little bad, but for a singer or a writer, it can actually affect in a different way. He can write a poem about it. Now
Yes.
that poem, a song, might sound very good to others, but it actually takes a lot of toll to that person. That's why you see a lot of artists, you feel like, why they have to do that? They have such a nice life. But that's where, for me, I came to know that for me, to be spiritually connected, to be grounded is very important. So I make sure I have a place called Om Som Yoga where I go regularly, practice Luna and meditate regularly because I should be knowing that whatever is happening around the world, it's just play. It's not real. If you take it seriously or if you take it real, it's going to hurt you bad.
Yes.
So
I
it's
understand.
just yeah.
With art, a lot of artists, pretty much they suffer for their art. A lot of
Yes, they
painters,
do.
they lead
They
such
do.
tragic lives, alcoholic, or some sort of
Drug
depression,
addiction.
because
Yeah.
that brings out the best work from them, is because through all this sort of depression and anxiety and all sorts of mental health is a big one, and the only way they can express their work, especially with art, is through like painting and creating from their soul,
Yeah.
which that seems to be the fact. Like for me, I tend to be inspired to write when I feel something either sadden me or whatever. But if I'm happy, I don't feel like writing. I just want to enjoy the moment. So it's a funny sort of thing, isn't it? So but
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah, definitely with singing, which I've spoken to a few singers, and because I don't know if you're aware, but I'm also a clairaudient. So I really believe in frequency. So when someone vibrates or has that sound vibration, it actually can affect the other person's energy. So
Yes.
like I always talk about, different hertz in the chakra, and God's frequency at a certain level and a certain sound in the heart chakra sound, 639 hertz, that sort of measurement thing. I truly believe in that. So when there's someone who has that, who can sing, it does affect everyone in the room because of that
Yeah.
sound,
It
that
does.
vibration. Yeah. So and that it's a gift, isn't it, to be able to change that.
Do that. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like even if it's as simple as like a church choir, or anything with just a room of people doing their meditation ohms, that whole vibration really heals a lot of people. So you mentioned about yoga, so could you tell
Yeah.
me more about that?
I've been practicing yoga from the age of 19. So you can say I've been in some form almost 27 years. It's been part of my life, but I didn't know a lot of depth. And only in my last organization, there was a lady in HR, and I used to think she's just a kid, what she would know. What happened that last year, my blood pressure was little high, and my blood test, everything was fine. Even the doctor was surprised. So she said, "You go on to blood pressure medicine." I said, "No ways," because 5 years back I had thyroid problem, and this doctor said, "We might think about taking out the thyroid." I said, "Fuck, no ways." And then just by doing some pranayam and some Ayurvedic medicine, I treated it. Now it's gone
Yes.
because I'm a firm believer that every theory or every way has a limitation. For example, if you have chronic disease like blood pressure or diabetes, modern medicine will never cure it.
No.
If you take blood pressure medicine, you take it for whole life. If you
Mhm.
take for sugar, you take it for whole life. Yeah, for acute problem, modern medicine is needed.
Yeah.
They both have limitation.
Yes.
So anyways, so that's my so when my blood pressure was little up and I didn't know what was happening, and I visited an Ayurveda doctor, then I went to this yoga center and I came to know that I'm a pitta person, and then I came to know what a pitta, kapha, or a vata person is. So
Yep.
a pitta person is like more on fire. So when I get up in the morning, I'm ready to take off without running on the runway, even going on the runway. I'm ready with all the plans and all that.
Yes.
So these kind of people have the tendency to be anxious, whereas I remember my brother or my wife, they get up in the morning, they take two coffees to just shake the body, and then they
Yep.
slowly come.
Yep.
So come to their zone. So then I realized, and then I cut down certain kind of food. My yoga practice was solar. It means it gives more heat and more energy, which I didn't need.
Yep.
I needed to calm down
Yeah, because you're on fire. Yes.
because I'm already a pitta person. So there's a lot
Yeah.
of fire in my body.
I'm
So
I found out recently what I was. Is it dosa or is that something else? That's
doshas, yeah.
dosha. So that's I tend to eat carbohydrate or something like that, something that I shouldn't be. Um,
Now my guess is not my guess. I am almost 100% sure you love your coffee.
oh yeah,
Uh,
oh yeah,
yeah, you are. Yeah, see, I didn't know. I just
yeah.
guessed
No,
it.
oh, you would have known that through work.
No,
no one
I
could,
wouldn't remember that.
no one
Yeah,
could
no one.
talk to me till after my third cup of black coffee. That's it.
Yeah. So you are a kapha person.
Yeah.
From the a lot of things you come to know, and I know that you're a kapha person. It'll
Yeah.
take you one or two coffee in the morning
Hmm.
to get up,
Yeah.
and you don't get rattled. You wouldn't. Yeah, for you to get rattled, it'll take some time, and I'm sure it wouldn't take much time. Yeah, apart from one person, which I'm, you know, uh, what her name was, I'm forgetting. But anyways,
Ah,
I can't take.
I wouldn't.
Yeah,
No,
yeah.
yeah, definitely. Yeah, no, that's interesting because I've had a couple of people who talk about Ayurvedic yoga and the whole diet and lifestyle thing, and I thought, wow, okay, there is something to it. But I've heard of it in the past, but it's only recently it's been coming into my peripheral. So I think it's telling me something. I should actually focus on that and focus on that particular diet that's suited for my type.
Yes,
Um,
yes.
yeah.
So I avoid chilies. I avoid anything which
Anything good?
creates heat in the body.
Yeah. Okay.
Anything I know. Uh, and the thing is, if you have a certain kind of dosha, all the foods which you love won't be suiting you in most of the times.
Yeah.
But certain foods which you don't know why you picked up since childhood, it's your body's normal. It likes it. For example, I always liked sweet. Now I've cut it down. There's no sweet in my life. Sometime once in 6 months. But
Okay.
sweet for me is a natural for pitta person. It cools the body, and
Yes.
ghee it cools the body.
Yes.
So yeah. So now what I do is that I take jaggery a little bit sometimes because
Yes.
my body needs it.
Yeah.
And then I realized I never liked meat. It's not because I was very morally conscious of something, it's
Mhm.
because meat is acidic,
Mhm.
whereas I'm sure you will normally like meat compared to veggies. I don't know.
Mhm.
I'm just guessing. So
Yeah, no, it
maybe, yeah.
changes. My body switches from time to time. I mean, I'm not sure when I met you, I was still a vegan. Sorry, I should say that I was plant based, but
Oh,
for
now you're plant-based?
no, I'm not plant based anymore.
Okay.
Yeah, because the rest of my family aren't plant based, and I'm the cook, so it's really difficult to split the meals. Um, and yeah, and I'm not a great cook, so I don't want it to get processed food either. I wanted natural food as much as possible. So
So
yeah,
you mean to say you're not good cook and your family is eating plant-based food from you. So how much suffering they're going through then? I mean,
no, 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 no,
this,
no, no, no. I'm saying that they don't
and
follow
I'm just
plant
kidding.
based.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I'm okay cook, but I'm not great where because to be plant based, you have to be fully aware of what you put in your plate, right? To make sure you get all a balanced diet. So
Hmm.
I tried, and then I went to the Philippines, and that all went to crap because all they eat is meat.
Yeah. Philippines.
Compared to other
Philippines.
Asian
Yeah.
countries, Philippines is one of the few countries that eat meat as a main meal. Yeah. Okay. Is there a misnomer that most Indians are vegetarian, or is it half half? Or
It's absolutely wrong. It's
yeah.
absolutely wrong. 70% of India is meat eater. Only 30% is vegetarian.
Okay. Okay. No, see, people don't realize that. They think that they're all
Yeah, yeah.
vegetarians. And
In
it's only
fact, in
the Muslim ones who eat meat, but that's not necessarily.
no,
Yeah.
no,
Yeah.
no, that's absolutely not factual. Even in, I remember even in Australian Broadcasting Corporation's website,
Mm-hmm.
there was one lady who was giving some tip how to cook some vegetarian dish, and she said, since in India 70% of the people are vegetarian, which, and I thought ABC should have checked the facts.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
not.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's not. Um, and the food habit in India when it comes to being a vegetarian is not because of Hindu religion. That's absolutely wrong.
Okay.
There is one of the religion. It's called Jainism. That also the founder was from Bihar, from where I am.
Mm-hmm.
So he would never eat. So Jains in India still won't eat in the night because those days in the night you might end up eating some mosquito or something which you don't
Yes.
see.
Practical. Yes. Yes. Yeah.
Yes, so they won't eat that, and they will try and eat before the dark, which is a good habit, not a bad
Yes.
thing.
Yeah. In general,
And
healthy habit. Yep.
in yeah, in general, and one of the sect of Jains, they don't even drink milk because milk is actually white blood cells.
Right.
Um,
Fleming.
yeah. So yeah. So spread in India of this is because of effect of Jainism. It's not because of Buddhism, and you'll be surprised as because of Hinduism. You'll be
Mm.
surprised to know because there's so much of variations in India. Where
Yes.
I'm, where I stayed 15 years in Delhi,
Mm-hmm.
when there is some festival, 10 days people don't eat any meat. Whereas in Bengal, which is eastern part of India,
Yeah.
they even offer goat's meat as a prasad to the goddess. So there is
Mm-hmm.
so much of difference in the culture. Religion is just a small thing, but it depends upon the culture of the
Yeah.
place.
Culture is a huge influence, over
Yeah,
the
yeah.
area.
To answer your question, what's my objective of creating the YouTube channel?
Yes.
See, my objective is not to become a big YouTube star, which I don't mind if I become. Okay,
Yeah.
but that will be a byproduct. My
Yes.
whole objective is to get on the stage.
Yes.
So I'm creating this YouTube channel because there is a big market of Bollywood, um, I mean, which Indian songs here, and
Yes.
I want to be on the stage. And if
Yes.
I want to be on the stage, I need to have a body of work because I
Yes.
can't go to people, okay, and I'll sing for him, sing me, and give.
Yeah. Yeah.
So when they'll see me, objective is when they'll see my YouTube channel, it'll be very easy for me to get the stage shows and gigs.
Yes.
And that also not for money. Again, if it comes, I don't mind.
Yes.
That's to keep me happy because I
Yes.
have a job. to support
Yes.
my other expenses.
Yes, that seems to be the thing as well. People have these people have these gifts, but they still keep their day job, yeah, because it's hard to go all in to their gift,
Yes,
because you still need to put food on the table, especially in these times. It's really difficult.
yes, yes,
I
yes,
mean, same. I mean, to be able to transition into a full-time performer or artist is a massive feat, and not everyone is lucky enough or privileged enough to be able to do that. Yeah, and it doesn't even necessarily to do with skill either, because there are so many performers and artists who are brilliant, but because they don't have the connection or the family or anything for them to
yes,
shine, and it takes a you know a very lucky person. But at the same time, it's kind of why I'm also interviewing people, everyday folk amongst our community, that bring light. And I think they do a lot more powerful things at a very local level than someone who, um, on the other side of the world, is trying to sing a song through Spotify. I mean, it helps,
yeah.
but you know
I'm
to
trying
be
to release in Spotify. Yeah.
yeah.
Now, one
Sure.
more thing. Um, I'm planning to perform on the streets. It's called, there is a term for it, people who sing. I mean, they expect people to put money in the
Oh,
cap and all
buskers.
that, and they're singing.
Buskers.
Buskers,
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
exactly.
yeah. You're gonna be buskers.
So yes, I want to do that very soon. I'm
Ooh.
just preparing. Yeah, I'm just preparing few English songs.
Mhm.
Because see, the problem in not the problem. The thing is, in Hindi songs, in Indian songs, you need to pronounce the word very clearly.
Yes.
Whereas in English songs, you don't need to pronounce the word very clearly. You just have to slide. For example, initially when I started singing hero song of Enrique, so it's like, would you dance if I? So if I'm an Indian trying to sing this song, it will like, would you dance if I asked you to dance?
Yeah.
No? But in English, it's like, would you dance if I asked, not asked. If I asked, it's like asked
Yeah.
you to
Yeah.
dance.
Yeah.
Would you tremble? So it's not a tremble. So tremble or so asked, dance. So it took me a while. And then I got the code. So I'm not very good at it.
Mm.
But one of the voice coaches, he told me that it's not such a big deal. You just need to, because there are a lot of singers. And then I started listening to Celine Dion's stage performance.
Mm-hmm.
Certain words, when she pronounces, you'll be surprised to know. But that's a stage performance.
Yes.
So and in one of her interviews, she said that she was not confident at all that she would be singing English songs. But
Mm-hmm.
her husband, who was a producer that time, I think
Yes.
24 or 30 years older to her, he said, I can see you
Mm-hmm.
singing English songs. So
Yes.
this English language, I am trying to break the barrier so that I just want to wear some funky clothes and some torn clothes on the street and want to
Uh,
sing.
hey,
Yeah.
Amitesh, you're going to be competing with Filipino singers very soon with the English singing. Oh wow. Yeah, no, definitely. It's funny how they can sing in English, but they can't speak a
Hmm.
word of English. Yeah. I noticed that
Yeah,
when I was
yeah,
in Europe. Yeah,
it can be easily done. It can be
yeah,
easily done.
yeah. But if it was in reverse, if English speakers had to sing in a different language, it'll
In
be
Hindi,
extremely hard.
it will be a problem because you don't have to cut something, you have
Mm,
to add something.
mm. Yeah, unless it's opera, then you might be able to get away with singing in Italian, or like you notice, even if they sang in English, an opera singer in English, you still wouldn't understand that it was actually English that they were singing.
English,
Just,
yeah, 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 yeah.
the
And I think Italians have a lot of stake in the way Western music is taught, because you see all the terms: soprano, tenor,
Yep.
scando, passaggio. There's so many
Yes.
things.
Yes.
It's
Yep.
all Italian terms.
Yes. Exactly. Yep. Allegro, piano.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
All of that. So wow, that'd be interesting. So whereabouts do you think you'll be busking? Burke Street Mall, or is that too much?
In the city, yeah.
I'll get my friend Ben to take some street photography
Yes, yes.
because he
That's
takes
the
photos.
idea.
He takes photos of buskers all the time, so that would be really good. You'd have to
I
apply for
find,
it.
yeah. Sorry, what? You have to apply for
Yeah,
to
you
sing on the
can't just
street,
sing
right?
on the street. You have to get council permission.
Okay, no, I won't be doing. I won't be starting a new venture on my own. Whoever will be singing, I'll tell him, I'll give you $60 for the day. Just let me sing with you. That's it.
Oh, right. Okay. That could be
That's
a good thing.
because in the yeah. Because I don't, yeah, because I won't be choosing it as a career. It
Yeah,
will
yeah,
be a
yeah,
kind
yeah.
of
Just
yeah,
to be brave enough or have the courage and learn how to perform in front of people. Yeah, I
exactly,
understand that. Yeah.
exactly.
Wow. Okay. So, do you have Indian festivals here in Melbourne, or because
Yeah,
I
yeah,
know
yeah.
where do they hold that stuff?
See, I
Venues.
have to start. Yeah, I have made a list of event managers, because since I want to go onto the stage, so I
Mhm.
need to get in touch with them, or probably some restaurants which has live music.
Yes.
Because
Yes.
see, Melbourne, still Indian diaspora still don't know me much.
Yes. Yeah.
And I thought of starting that, but then I thought, if I don't have the ammunition, there's no point standing and going for a war. I'm just using an analogy. Means if I don't have the videos and my stuff ready, there's no point searching for this. But now everything is ready, so I will go
Yep.
full
Okay.
on now.
Wow. Yeah. No. Yeah. Because I was just thinking, where is there and whereabouts in Melbourne is a strong Indian community that you can.
I don't know. Indians and potatoes, they are strong everywhere. You can see every.
Oh, okay. I forgot Glen Waverley. I forgot. That's a stronghold.
Oh, is
Yeah,
it?
yeah. Well, from this side of town anyway. But again, it's you've got different provinces, right, with different associations. Like
Yeah.
Filipinos have different associations in Melbourne. North, south, all that sort of stuff. So no, it'd be interesting. You got to let us know when you perform publicly.
Yes, yes, yes,
and a restaurant would be a good one. I'm just trying to think
yes.
of any large. I mean, there is large Lebanese restaurants and Turkish restaurants that have singing and entertainment in their venue, and obviously Italian restaurants. But I'm just trying to think of other,
Indians, yeah.
yeah, that have it as well. Yeah. Anyway,
I
yeah,
don't think in India, I'm not sure that amongst Indians, if there is a culture of
yeah.
kind of very fine dining, listening, and all that.
Mm.
I think, as far as I remember, if I want to go there, I just want to go there, bring my food in 10 minutes, I'll gulp it down and go out. So
Yeah,
certainly, I
yeah,
can't expect all the other people to be different.
yeah. So,
But I might be wrong. I don't know. I'm just logically trying to grasp from the kind of behavior we have.
mhm.
So yeah,
So what kind
don't
of
know. We can
music?
change that.
Sorry, what kind
Yes.
of music are you interested in singing? So you mentioned about Enrico and Celine Dion. So that's sort of the mainstream, pretty much for the old. I wasn't saying elderly, older crowd. sort of
Mm.
sort of soft classic music. Are you sort of trying to sing, or um, what type of genre of
Well,
music?
yeah. See, sometimes if you ask me, I still don't understand the genre, because, but I know it's like, if it's soft, you can say soft rock kind of thing.
Yeah, so soft rock and ballads, isn't it? Pretty much love songs.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, you're competing with Filipino singers now. There's a
Uh,
lot.
uh,
But yeah, no, it's
in Australia,
in general. That's generally
I,
what
I, I'll,
anything that's karaoke related.
Okay,
Um,
okay.
yeah, so, but no, it's really interesting. So, what about Indian music? Is there any artist in India that you admire or want to work with?
Yeah. For me, my god initially was Kishore Kumar.
Hmm.
He is, but he died years back. After
Hmm.
that, I was searching for the voice which can give me goosebumps. KK, there is a singer called KK.
Hmm.
Yeah, he's very famous in India. His voice, his voice just touched my soul. So in the
Yes.
sense, yeah, very, and he has that Western touch in it when he touches the crescendo, takes the head voice,
Wow.
moves from chest voice to head voice.
Wow. Yeah.
Yeah, I love his voice, and most of the songs in my this cover songs would be his and Kishore Kumar's. Yeah,
Yeah. So, how do you spell the KK? Just what, letter K? Or how do you spell his
yeah.
name?
It's the short form. The short form. Everyone knows him by KK, but his name is Krishna Kumar Kunnath. Yeah,
Okay.
he's basically South Indian. Yeah, you wouldn't
Yeah.
know. Yeah.
Type it down and I'll put it down in the description. But no, it's really interesting. And what I find really sad is that there's not many male vocalists that sing their true notes. A lot of it is falsetto or electronic. Like I really admire a male singer who's got that, that strength behind their voices as well. That, like, you see that occasionally in, X Factor or Idol or something. There'd be one man who could really sing like a man, you know what I mean, and that and
Mhm.
have a good range, and who has a trained voice other than, trying to rap or rock, or you know what I mean. Like it's one of the dying few that can sing like that.
Uh,
I mean, you know
yeah,
what I mean?
I
Like,
think.
yeah.
Yes, and I've been, so a lot of my songs are kind of very pumping, strong thing, and I worked on that section a lot. So now, when my wife listens to me at home, she says, "Now your voice has become very. I have to sing from a distance." So you have to work upon that part, and that's a very important aspect.
Yeah. Yeah.
And on a lighter note, I think if somebody has got a bullying girlfriend, you can't raise your voice. Then how can you sing? If you don't, if you can't raise your voice in us. You can't expect a man to be a man only while singing. There are other aspects. If it's not a man there, then it can't come out only in singing.
Yeah, no, definitely. That's why, even some of the rock, heavy metal bands, the lead singer, even though he screams a lot, but then when he hits a note, he hits it because he's got that energy,
Yes, yes,
especially when they start singing their part of the song. It's go, wow, they've actually got a voice. They're not just yelling into the microphone. And yeah, so it's interesting that, yeah, you have to project. It's like playing a musical instrument. Like, if you're playing the drums or piano or trumpet, you got to be able to belt it out and practice, because you
yes.
can't play the trumpet very quietly, or flute. You have to project. So yeah, you have to practice singing. So how often do you practice your vocal cords?
Almost an hour every day,
Every
six
day.
days a week.
Yes.
So yes. So if I don't get time at home while driving the car to the metro, well, coming back, that also covers around 40 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
And and what I do if I'm practicing at home, once I practice for an hour, I don't talk for 1 hour.
Mm.
That's what I learned from a lot of audio books, a lot of voice coaches.
Mm-hmm.
It's just like going for an exercise and working out for an hour
Mm-hmm.
and giving it a break, and then your muscles grow. So vocal cord is also a muscle. And then to keep on drinking water every half an hour because it needs to be wet.
Yes.
The vocal cord needs to be wet so there is not much friction.
Yes.
That's where the good voice comes from.
Yes.
Yes. So
Yeah.
these are small tips. Yeah.
Yeah. So I remember my mother, she was a beautician, and she used to uh, actually be hired by some celebrities to do, last minute makeup or whatever. And I remember this Filipina singer, quite popular back in her
Mhm.
day. And for the whole day, she had a concert that night, but the whole day she wouldn't talk to anybody. She'll just write it down, like very old school, write it down. This is what I want. But she would not talk to anyone for a whole day to save her voice for that concert, that night of the
Yes,
concert. It's like, wow,
yes, yes.
I thought she was just being a diva and a snob, but no,
No,
she
no.
really had to save her voice to perform that night. You know, especially if you
Yes,
could you
very
imagine
true.
doing it consecutive nights in front of an audience? You can't, you know, by the
No.
third night you'd be ruined, your voice. So
Yes, yes. And you need a lot of vocal rest. So
yes, so no, very important. And just the same with the energy. Even just if you even just at playing an instrument, you just have to get into that zone, because when you perform you have to give it all of, you know, all of you.
all,
And then
yes, yes.
and at the end of it you're just spent, you're completely spent and tired because you just gave out all your energy to everyone, you know. So yeah, it's important. So 1 hour a day. So do you singing in the car as well, because it's got good acoustics?
Mhm.
You sing to
Uh, it's
sing, practice your
yeah,
scale.
singing I can do anytime. I can
Yeah,
hum.
yeah,
Yeah, so I hum rather than sing. And anyways, in the evening, half an hour, 40 minutes, I
yes,
try and sing. I mean, not try and sing, I have to sing. And
yeah.
then I record myself
Mm-hmm,
and then listen to myself where it can be. I used to do that a lot in the beginning,
mm-hmm.
but now I know I know what I'm doing.
Yes. So when you do your recording your singing, do you go to a studio or do you have
Uh,
something in your home?
I do it from my home. This is the
Wow.
voice you're listening is just
Yes.
that's yeah, that's my small vocal booth. That also kind of looks like it's
Wow, you got a
going down.
boom
I have
up.
to set it up.
I want to, oh, like I'll show you what I've got. Well, this is nothing to do with, well, it is a microphone, but I got myself, I got myself a Yeti. Can you see that?
Ah,
It's like for
is that a condenser
podcasts.
mic? Oh, or the podcast mic. Yeah,
Yeah, it's a podcast mic, but it can do ASMR.
yeah. Ah,
Yeah,
and you know, there is a very interesting story. You wouldn't not, of course, you'll believe it.
yeah.
So there was one Sri Lankan guy. He used to record me, but then he was not getting me. I used to go to his room, his house, and then we used to record. But twice, thrice, last moment, he said, can't do it. And I had to finish my thing. So that made me kind of little angry. I said, I can't depend upon this like this. I mean, for other person. So last year I bought a lot of gadgets, you know, the audio interface, the condenser mic. So the guy, to cut the long story short, so the guy who records me and all the videos which you'll see in YouTube, you know how it's recorded?
Yes.
He accesses my computer through TeamViewer.
Yeah.
And then because I told him I don't have that much time to learn the, you know, digital audio softwares and all those things,
Mm-hmm.
he records me sitting in India, accesses my system through TeamViewer, and then he runs the track and I record it from a mic here. And that too, while recording, he cannot hear me. He hears me later on. He just see the signal
The
in the
wave.
software as to how
Yeah.
strong it is, wave.
Yeah.
It's, ah, and I was like, and initially when he did that, I thought he's doing that for years.
Mm-hmm.
He said, I also never knew. But when you told me, can we do something? I found this way. And a lot of friends, he tell this is a recording. He is sitting in Australia. They
Mm-hmm.
thought he was joking, but no, out of sheer, you can say, the situation, we figured out a way to record myself from
Yeah.
somebody who's sitting in India
Yes.
like
Yeah.
this.
It's amazing. Like I mean, I didn't have time to put on the Yeti, but I thought, you know, anyway, we'll just, you know, the Zoom is amazing, but definitely, you know, when you see, especially during lockdown and stuff, remember where they used to have a whole orchestra on a Zoom and they were all
Yeah, yeah,
playing. So it's definitely there. That software is there to do so. But yeah,
yeah.
it's definitely amazing
The
because
guy
then,
who recorded me,
yeah,
sorry, the guy who recorded me, his name is Sushant.
Yes.
He's a kind of a star
Mm-hmm.
coming up, and very deep learned person. So when he does for his audience sitting in Singapore, he performs from his studio. It's like a 20-30 audience, and they're listening in their laptop, and he's singing from there, and it
Wow.
just he gets paid for that handsomely. So that is
Yep.
also a new model which is coming up.
Yeah. Wow, because I know, especially in the spiritual business and stuff, a lot of people are doing sound baths via online. You know, and they've got all the bowls and singing bowls and stuff like that. And I think the key is your audio software is really important. So when people are listening to it, it sounds crisp. I think that's the main problem. Like if people just do it over Zoom or Teams or whatever, you're not going to get that sound. You need that extra booster from the
Hmm, hmm.
software to make it sound like you're right next to them. And it's massive. Like that whole technology is amazing. So you don't really need to hire a studio as such. You could sing like that. They say with podcasters, you can sit in your walk-in closet, sit in there and talk.
Yeah, yeah,
It has
yeah.
the best acoustics. You don't need to, so yeah, so that's one thing that I want to move forward working on is actually the sounding. So yeah.
And to tell you, the office, um, I would have never imagined that a logistics manager would be doing a podcast. It means that side of your personality, probably you were suffering. That's why, because that's not,
Suffering. No, that's what I said. That's what I was saying in my introduction to mixtapes, because I said, why would a supply chain manager be involved in this woo-woo business? But I've always been like that. Like I think, I don't know if I mentioned it to you before, at university, people used to think I was a fashion or art student doing logistics as an elective. And I said, well, why would I do, if I was doing that degree, why would I do logistics as an elective subject? No, I am a logistics graduate. And I just happened to like fashion and art. Like it was such a conflict. And that's why I've always gravitated towards artists than business folk, because I don't know. It was something that's maybe, I know, like if anything I could write, but vocal was another thing that probably came in later, because I've always been interested running a radio station or being I worked at RMIT radio for a point in time, wanting to learn all that, but then that was sort of lost. And yeah, but it's interesting. I've always had that. Like I remember when you asked about my bracelets on the first day, and I thought you're the only person who understood my bracelets. No one did, no one understood that. And again, not everyone would understand it, right? Because it's a
yeah,
bit
yeah.
too weird for them. So it's only been in the last couple of years that I started saying, no, this is who I am. So and I've always knew that side of you, right? So that's why, yeah, we're here talking. So no, it's great when you gain this momentum thing. There might be that heartbreak along the way, because it's that sort of price to fame. I don't know. Yeah, look at Will Smith. No.
I know what the hell he did.
Sold
Oh,
his soul.
was there an element of witty humor, or he actually slapped like in anger? I haven't seen it.
Uh, really? Everyone. No, no, he did it. He did it on purpose, but people call it, some people call it as a humiliation ritual as well, where when people sort of, when they try to sell their soul to get that fame, that piece of award recognition. And I remember Denzel Washington said something along the line, if be careful when you're on the top, because the devil will come after you. He actually said that
Mhm.
before or after that happened, which is true, because when people become famous or rich, then the demons start coming in and
Coming, yeah.
right. So
And the reason is because they're not grounded. They're taking it very seriously,
yeah,
everything.
yeah, and yeah, grounded, or their ego's taken over and they forget
Yeah.
why they had that gift in the first place. So yeah. Yeah, just remember that.
Hmm.
When you become famous, Amitesh, just
Yeah. Uh, yeah, I don't mind the famous part. Rest I'll take care later on. Yes, I don't
yeah,
mind.
yeah, 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 yeah. But anyway, okay. All right, let's see if I could share. So tell me about your pet dog.
Yeah, so this dog was actually in 2009 in India when my stepdaughters, we were all living together. So she bought a dog and it was a Labra and we had to give it away because he became aggressive and all that. And he bit me also. And when he bit me, my God, the blood started dropping on the floor. It was so bad.
Yeah.
So, anyways, we had to give him away. And her name is Natasha. She is a fashion stylist, though she has her own, yeah, kind of small business in Dubai. So she said, I cannot live without a dog. I need a dog again. I said, oh God, here, go again. And but anyways, she bought the dog, and his name is Alpha, like an alpha male, like the leader of the pack.
Yeah.
I think he has taken it seriously. So for me, I'm not a natural dog loving person. I won't hurt a dog or something, but
Yeah.
I'm not very comfortable with dogs. But with him, it's totally a different thing. When my wife's father died in 2013 June, and he used to started sleeping with him or staying more with him in the bed, and he told us, "What do you think? I'm going to die or what?" The way he looks at me, spent exactly after a month he died. But anyways, while bringing him here was a big challenge because a lot of in my friend circle, they were like, you don't have a job, you don't have a place to live, and you're going to bring your dog, you're going to bring your partner, because we were not married that time.
Mm-hmm.
And to bring him here was around $20,000. I had to beg from everyone to bring him here. It was beyond the means. 20,000, 18 with interest, credit card interest and all that.
Wow. How long were they in quarantine for? Was your dog quarantined for?
40, 45 days in Dubai and 10 days in Australia.
Wow. Wow. Poor thing. Yeah.
Yeah. And he's now 12 and a half years, but the puppiness inside him hasn't gone. So he still jumps. We thought he's coming up with arthritis. So I started working on him on a war level, did Reiki for him from a lady called uh, Judy McGrath. She's so good. Oh my
Yeah.
God. He's completely transformed with small, small pains which he used to have.
Mm-hmm.
And we took him for water therapy and all that. So he's back to his normal. He's 12 and a half. Even in
Wow.
park, a lot of times people think that he's a puppy. I said, no, no, he's not a puppy. He's
So
12 and a half.
What's his breed?
I wish we knew. It's like the doctor said, initially we thought he won't grow big. The doctor said, out of love, he's growing. I said,
Out of
but
love.
he's Lhasa. Yeah, because he also couldn't figure out. For that,
Yeah.
we have to need to do the DNA test.
Yeah.
So, but I think his Lhasa Apso mixed with some bigger breed. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because he's not very small, he's not big, but he doesn't trust anyone in a hurry. So we don't leave him. So wherever we go, like Phillip Island or whatever, in Inverloch, he always comes with us. In my car, I have made a special place, which in the back seat,
Yeah.
made a platform kind of thing so he can just walk around. And
Yeah.
my neighbor is my landlord. He did that for me,
Oh, cute.
free
Yeah.
of cost.
Yeah.
He set up my studio also with all those things
Wow.
because his son is a guitarist in a band. And
Wow.
it's 3 years. He's a good man. Yeah.
Wow. I might need them soon for the studio. Yeah. No, that's awesome. Whereabouts is this?
Yeah, this is in Uttarakhand in India,
Mm-hmm.
state of Uttarakhand. So this is a place which is called Kanchi Dham. So there was an enlightened person. His name is Baba Neem Karoli. Okay, and I didn't know about him. Actually, when I went before I started practicing yoga in yoga class where I go, suddenly because I keep on listening to enlightened person, so his thing came on my YouTube, and I started listening to him. So and then when I went to yoga place where I go, I saw his photograph. I was like kind of spooked. I said, I never heard about him. Only a few days back, I started seeing him on YouTube, and then you are here. And then I came to know a lot about him. I had a feeling that I should go here for kind of divine intervention as to in which direction I want to go. So early
Yeah.
in the morning, 4 o'clock, my friend drove for 7 hours. Then we stayed here for half an hour, then drove back to Delhi, 7 hours driving again. Very nice place. I don't know how I took out the time
Mm-hmm.
to go there, but I did. Yeah.
Yeah. And did you get any downloads from there, from when you went to see the place?
Download means some kind of message as
Yeah.
to.
Yeah, yeah. Was there anything that sort of, when I say
I
download,
don't.
I
I
think,
don't know. Okay. I don't know. Even if it is, it's very subtle. I
yes,
am not aware consciously of it.
yes. Okay. If something has shifted within you. Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay. And that happens as well. Like sometimes an energy will come in slowly um, and gently, depending on how you as a person would accept it. Yes. So
Oh, this.
explain the gown.
Yeah. This is in Pune.
Yes.
And when you go to meditate inside, you have to wear this maroon color gown. That's you must have seen Buddha's gown also, like whatever dress is like maroon. This color matches with practice of meditation.
Okay.
It's a spiritual, considered to be a spiritual color.
Okay. That's interesting.
Yeah.
Because I've been seeing
So
these
if you see
gowns today.
Buddhist monks, they wear the same color. Just remember.
What about the orange? Is that different?
Yeah, it's in India. It's not called orange. It's called kesaria in Hindi, which means saffron. Yeah, deep saffron.
Saffron. Right. Yeah, that explains it. Okay. And did you all
Hmm.
have to wear masks when you were over there? Is that quite,
Yeah, yeah.
is that in general
We
in,
have.
in Delhi? Were they all still masking and when you were
No, yeah, depends. When you are near the police booth or something, put on. And if
when
you're
you're
not,
near the
take it
police?
off.
Nothing's, yeah, but yeah, so but certain venues like temples and that you probably had to wear.
Yeah, because wherever too many people are watching and they are concerned about the rules.
Yeah, yeah.
Because see, putting on mask is not a normal human evolutionary behavior.
Nope.
So it's not. Yeah, and
Yeah.
um, I know one of my elder stepdaughter's daughter. Now, when she goes out, she's only 3. She'll cry or she say, "Give the mask, give the mask." She'll put on the mask. See, the danger is like you have a generation growing up with danger. I mean,
Yes.
growing up with mask. They think it's just like a t-shirt or a shoe. You have to put it on,
Yeah,
which you
it's a
don't have
fashion
to.
accessory now, it's
Yeah.
ridiculous. Anyway,
Only I think in Japan, because Japanese culture is very different. I think in Japan, even if you have cold and cough, you wear mask, or probably
yeah,
generally you wear mask in public transport.
yeah, yeah. That's the general thing in even in Hong Kong and that. So if it's flu season or whatever, they did that. They do that more the person with the sickness, not the person without the sickness. So yeah,
Oh,
so everyone's just yeah. That's another story. Agilent. Oh, that was your old company, yeah?
in India, yeah,
Yeah, I used to work for Hewlett Packard. I still got shares.
yeah,
But they're no
yes.
longer
Oh,
Agilent. There's someone else.
so Agilent came out from HP only. They bifurcated the business in 1999.
Yes, yes. I was there
So
when they split. That was the medical division. I was in the other division.
yes,
Yeah.
so I was in life sciences and life sciences and chemical analysis
Yep. Yep. I
division.
used to move. I used to move the equipment. I was still doing supply chain back then. Yeah, we were moving
Okay.
medical calibration equipment testing through when it was Hewlett Packard, and then they were still under the Hewlett Packard umbrella with the name of Agilent, and I got some shares with Agilent, and I don't know where my shares are now. So was it probably only 2 or 5 shares?
No, it's doing good actually. And Agilent makes measurement instruments. So all the instruments which measures the height from the plane,
Yeah,
temperature
yeah,
outside, those kind
yeah,
of things.
yeah. Oh, yeah. I mean, I remember having to move and installing them in Central Australia, and they used to have back in the day. They actually called it iridium satellite phones, which were like bricks where they had direct contact with the satellite back in the day. And Agilent, I remember with that whole, I don't know, they were setting up equipment and in the outback probably to check if there's any UFOs or something. But yeah, no, that was a really good company. So
Yeah,
Um,
yeah, it was great to work there. I was employee of the year in 2008.
yeah, I'm not sure if they do they still exist or have they changed names again?
Yeah, no,
Sorry.
no, no, they exist. I've got my colleagues working there.
Yeah, yeah,
And Agilent has a great role to play in my life because when I joined there, I was a different person. When I left, I was a different person. A lot of confidence about myself, which I used to think I have, but
yeah.
there I realized it. That okay, this is what I am,
Mm.
or this is what I can do.
It's funny how singing, like when I was back in the day at HP, the division I was in, all of the guys in that supply chain department were actually musicians, mainly jazz singers slash rock. But and then it was funny because I remember my own boss was, yeah, he was a jazz bass player. And it's funny how it's sort of that music thing that sort of introduced me that you can have logistics and music at the same time.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
it
See, actually,
fascinated me.
music. Actually, to use an analogy, music is like sugar in your tea.
Yeah.
So whatever work you are doing, whatever you are doing in life, it's
Mm,
not taking you away from it. It makes you a better person, or it makes you do things in a better way, whatever you are doing. It actually is a kind of, yeah, it kind of an engine oil of your life's engine. Whatever you're doing, you do it better because you're more in tune with the nature. You are more in tune with the energies around. You
mm.
understand?
Yeah,
For
yeah.
me, I don't judge. Yeah, for me, I don't judge a person as to what they say or what they even do, because what they do might be a front which you're not aware. I
Mm-hmm,
completely go by my energy. If I feel heavy,
mm-hmm,
even if a person is very nice to me,
mm-hmm.
then I'm not very comfortable. I feel a pull or a repulsion. I feel heavy. Like if there's a person around me, I
Yeah.
can feel that. I won't say I'm not able to breathe, but I feel a heaviness in the
Yes.
air.
Well,
That's
that's
how I judge.
oh, I'm 100% with you, Amitesh, because that's exactly how I am with people. Like when I walk into a room or if a person's in my vicinity, straight away I can tell if they come from a good place or if they come from a troubled place or a sad, I could sense it quite easily, and probably even more so now. So when we worked together, I knew straight away you were a different soul from the rest of them, just by your energy. And we had a lot of different energies in our team, so I already knew their backstory. I already knew it because they didn't have to tell me. It's just the way they are and interact, and some of them either pretended to be a different person or not, but I used to see right through that. So that's why in a lot of ways with corporate life, I saw a lot of bullshit around it because a lot of them were having a facade when they go into work, and I didn't like the hypocrisy of it all. So
Yeah.
yeah. So anyway, but that depends on company to company, of course. They're not all like that. So you're just going to do YouTube songs at the moment. You're not making a CD, or are you going to move on to Spotify? What's your plans with your channel?
Yes, we are planning to put it into Spotify, but Spotify has certain rules regarding cover songs.
Mm-hmm.
So the guy who has done my videos and all that, he'll be guiding me
Mm-hmm.
probably next few days because we have been very busy. Like we can just relax a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
So Spotify is definitely we are trying to launch. For
Yeah.
cover songs, it's different. So we'll come to know.
Because I know even just with doing YouTube videos, in terms of copyright, it's very, you don't get monetized. They can quickly, like, how I had that, in my last video, I had that Whitney Houston, that Whitney Houston effect, when she sings that song, that two bars of it. And I got hit with copyright. I can't monetize it. So they're very quick on recognizing a tune. Now, like
Yes.
when you do say Enrico Iglesias, right? They're gonna be all over that. You won't be
Yeah,
monetized.
yeah. All my songs have a copyright hit.
Yeah,
So if
yeah,
I get any money, I think I'll have to give them 60, 70, or 80% or 90%. But see, cover songs YouTube channels don't make much money.
no,
So
no,
it's insignificant for
yeah,
me. And that's not my objective.
yes,
So my objective is to have a body of work
yes,
so that I can go to the stage.
yes, yes. No, you're right. I mean, I also had a friend of mine who told me that the money you get is pittance versus you
Yeah.
trying to attract an audience with good music. Because I at the beginning I used to try to grab independent artists, but it was also my thing that wanting to get independent artists to give them a go. But but I also find that sometimes, like when I get some divine messages, I want to use certain songs which are copyrighted, and now I just thought, well, okay, even if I get a copyright hit, it doesn't matter because it's the message that I'm trying to put across with the song.
Yes, yes.
So at this point, I'll probably be having a whole range of music that we all know that will be in my videos. So yeah, because music's everything to me. I mean, I don't have a particular, I play a bit of this instrument and a bit of that instrument, and I'm not a great singer, but I could always learn. So I'm all over the place. But one thing I know I love doing is appreciating music and art. I've always been a lover of both arts sort of thing, but I was never a player in it. So thank you for letting me interview you, and I'm wishing you all the best for moving forward with your career. I would actually put a link for your channel as well, and possibly contact details if you want. So hopefully we can have a part 2 when you're famous or your next group of songs.
Say in a couple of months, I'll come to know how it's moving on, or maybe by that time I might have some busker videos also.
Oh, that'd be
because
awesome.
that will be interesting.
Yeah. All right. I'll just stop the recording now.
मेरे सनम तेरी कसम छोड़ेंगे अब ना ये हाथ, ये जिंदगी गुजरेगी अब हमदम तुम्हारे ही साथ, अपना ये वादा रहा अब हम न होंगे जुदा, तुमसे मिलके ऐसा लगा, तुमसे मिलके अरमां हुए पूरे दिल के, ऐ मेरी जाने वफा, तेरी मेरी मेरी तेरी एक जान है। साथ तेरे रहेंगे सदा, अब हम न होंगे जुदा। बस तेरा ही इंतजार, तेरे बिना आता नहीं एक पल मुझे अब करार, हमदम मेरा मिल गया, तुमसे न होंगे जुदा, तुमसे लगा, तुमसे मिलके अरमां हुए पूरे दिल के, ऐ मेरी जाने वफा, तेरी मेरी मेरी तेरी एक जान है, तेरी मेरी मेरी तेरी एक जान है। साथ तेरे रहेंगे सदा, तुमसे न होंगे जुदा, अब हम न होंगे जुदा।